is Obadiah. Today we are back with another episode of Music Girl Hideout, the show where we hang out with artists, musicians, and entertainers in Waylon Jennings' old basement studio. As always, I am gathered here with co-host Ryan Poole. I'll pass it to you to introduce the guests.
Well, tonight we have two guys. They're in a band. I kind of forget the name of the band.
Highway Natives.
That's fucking hour I've been setting up this godforsaken setup.
We actually are.
Damn, four people's a nightmare. But we're glad to have you.
Yeah.
We got a little distracted.
Glad to have
That's
one
right.
of you.
That's right. Yeah.
I'm not telling you which.
Yeah.
Wait, say it again. Highway Natives, right?
Highway Natives.
Yeah,
It's actually
Yeah.
backroad immigrants.
Dirtbag souvenirs.
Mm-hmm.
We're here. Yeah.
There's a lot of names.
That's right. That's right. You can call us what you want.
Yeah.
And y'all are
And I
a local Nashville band. The band's actually new, but both of you have been in Nashville for a while and do stuff in music professionally, which we're going to get into all of that. But before we do, what are we drinking tonight?
You got a ice cold beer brewed from a mountain stream.
A little bit of chicken.
Some people call it Colorado Kool-Aid.
That's right.
We call it Sweet Nectar Valley.
Yep.
Coors Light.
I've heard of none of those things.
Man,
We're trying to get that sponsorship, man.
that's right.
Yeah, that's right. Well, that's right. We've got to turn all the labels out for the
Yeah,
sponsorship.
Exactly.
So it's
I
going to
can.
be used down the line.
That's right. Make sure to turn your cans this way.
You
Now,
know.
both of you sound like you're from the South. Am I nailing that?
I'm from Kentucky. Some people don't consider that the South.
That's
Probably
that's
only
north
people
of
like
Mason-Dixon,
Alabama.
right?
Yeah, it
So
is.
that's
Yeah. It's
So
like,
technically not the South.
it's basically the South,
But it's the same thing.
without the heat. Sometimes, it's pretty moderate.
Man, I'm from Florida, which is obviously further south than Kentucky,
deep
but
South.
Yeah.
when I went to Kentucky, I thought I went further south than where I was.
Not friends.
Man.
They're heathens.
Hey,
I just figured
it's a
that's
good
where you
time.
pick up all your Colorado Kool-Aid and all your names.
I've definitely
man.
never heard that before.
Oh, man,
That's
Johnny
actually a Johnny
Paycheck.
Paycheck song.
Yeah, a couple people have done it actually, but his is probably more
Yeah.
famous. So
Yeah.
Fair enough.
yeah, man,
Can you button my second star?
it's very talkative
Mm-hmm.
country song, classic
Kinda
where
is.
they're kind of narrating it. He's just sitting at the bar. His friend doesn't know what the hell Colorado Kool-Aid is, and he's pretty much telling him it's the best damn thing ever invented.
Yeah,
So.
so this is that moment where
This is
you
that
were the
moment.
friend explaining to us.
Yeah,
Exactly.
but
Getting
it does
the
turn
moment right now.
into him biting off somebody's ear.
Yeah.
Sure,
So,
sure.
We don't want to go
Prefer
that far.
didn't happen.
Pre-
Yeah, I
Mike
wanna go that
Tyson.
far.
Not my ideal
Yeah.
situation.
Yeah, none of that. None of
Yeah,
that.
I almost couldn't even tell you the last time I had a Coors Light.
Oh man, I had one yesterday.
You're missing out, man.
It's
How do you stay
been-
hydrated?
Yeah, that's about right. I usually go with coffee and whiskey. That's my standard hydration techniques.
It's not a bad choice.
But
you know?
yeah, it must be like at least 5 years. Like it's been.
Oh really?
Yeah,
Damn.
yeah. I tend to drink,
The craft.
we had to
beers.
take
Yeah.
you back to
Yeah.
elementary
Yeah.
school.
Bougie.
way back.
No, it's our drink of choice. It's just I could talk about it for days.
There's just something about it.
There's something about it.
Yeah, see, I don't get it. What is that thing? I don't know. So many people love Coors Light. Like people love Coors Light.
It just goes down right, man.
It doesn't taste like much.
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't.
I mean-
it doesn't. Like.
Very low alcohol content. Like was it like
Yeah.
3.8 or something?
Yeah. Well, it's-
Probably. You could just throw them back. They're cheap.
They are cheap.
Hanging out with your friends, you just get a lot of them.
Yeah. For me, it's like one of the more refreshing light beers that you can drink. I mean, there's with the craft breweries being such like this big thing now. A lot of people, bash light beers, but for me, there's nothing, like mowing the grass as country as hell as that sounds, and coming back in and just grabbing an ice cold Coors Light, man.
It's like a straight up
see
commercial.
Hey, we like our craft beers too, though.
Yeah, I'll get down
We'll
with-
get some Sierra Nevadas or some,
Yeah, which
I see why, like, if you're just cutting the grass in the middle of a hot day, you don't want to come in and have like a biting IPA.
no,
Yeah.
man.
I can see why you might
I
want
do
to.
that.
heavy.
I definitely do.
Okay, when the fuck have you ever cut the grass?
I've cut the grass
You
hundreds of
When have you
times.
cut the grass?
Look,
You don't even. You live in an apartment.
That's true.
It's
Look,
true.
I used to cut grass at my
do.
grandma's house all the time. That was like
So
my
when you were a
job
kid-
every week.
So when
It
you were a
fucking
kid, you were
sucked.
cutting the grass and coming in and having an IPA.
Yeah.
That's right. Coming in, throwing back IPA,
Having
taking
a
a couple
day
of
12
shots.
years old,
IPA.
man. Yeah.
You were all dink.
Grandma's like, "Come here, boy." Come on, sit down. Have you a sandwich and a nice cold Yazoo pale ale.
So both of y'all were in music prior to being a band, right?
Yeah.
So-
yeah. It's been a little bit of a journey.
Yeah.
I mean, you mean like career-wise or just in general?
Just in general, how'd you get into music? Just in general.
I was going to kind of steer our question a different way, and I saw the fucking alert on your face, like, you're changing it! And I was like, okay, fine, ask your
No, you don't have to change it.
How'd you get into music? You
No,
were
fuck
five.
that question. I
Wait,
mean,
you were let me guess, you were 5, you took a piano lesson, but then you realized that guitar was cooler.
that's everybody's story.
All right, summarize that shit.
Then what happened?
You can go first.
Oh, man.
It's summer.
I mean, we're talking our whole journey here.
Yeah, if you can go as deep as you want.
Man, I just
Or
remember
shallow.
My
3 years old at
stepbrothers.
Coors Light.
Yeah, right. Both of my stepbrothers used to do these like guitar offs in the basement. They would just like play cover songs, and whoever would do it better, they would win. You know.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought that was cool. I wanted to be a part of it so I could beat them. And I picked up a guitar and learned how to do it. Eventually, beat them, and
That feel real good.
beat them like with my fist. No, they were much older than me.
I still don't know how to play guitar.
Yeah.
But they all got black eyes,
Yeah.
so I still won.
Everything
went
they
into depression.
did, everything they did, I wanted to do. So that's pretty much where I picked it up, and then just fell in love with it. Stuck with me. Started writing and recording around 6th grade, and then stayed with it. Moved here, got into recording. Actually, before I moved here, came here after school, got my degree in recording arts, and came here. Got hired at a studio down the road, and missed playing a little bit more. Hit him up on Facebook. We got together for a little writer session, and it's kind of where we've been since.
Here we are.
Here we are.
In here. Did you move here for music? You moved
Oh,
here like,
yeah.
I want to do music. I'm going to Nashville.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I moved here to engineer, to record,
Okay.
which I still do, but
Yeah.
there's nothing like playing and writing.
We should talk after the show.
Yeah, we could do that.
What studio did you work at?
Starstruck down the road.
I've passed
I
it a
think
billion
I can
times.
say that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure it's allowed.
Were you an intern
Yeah,
there?
yeah,
Why
right.
can't you?
Huh?
Were you an
did it.
intern there?
I interned for about 6 months, and then kind of
That's
started.
Miss Reba's studio, correct?
Miss Reba, yeah. I was
Reba.
working on Reba Studio, and then eventually started
Reba.
kind of running some sessions around there, and then I picked up a gig at Lehman Drug Company, and ever since then,
Been selling drugs ever since.
that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Nice, yeah. And Layman, for
Specifically
those who don't know,
popsicles.
is a newer Nashville studio. The last maybe 3 years, 2 years.
It's been 2017.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3 years.
And so, yeah. And so, what do you do over there?
I'm not there anymore. I think they're in a little bit of a gray area right now, where somebody's leasing it out, or from what I've heard, that's kind of where it's
interesting.
at. Yeah.
But were you like an assistant over there or something?
I was
or-
engineer.
Engineer.
Mhm.
House engineer?
Mhm.
Nice.
It's a good deal.
And so, how about you, Jordan?
Well,
You try to beat your older brothers up too?
I'm glad you specified because I was like, which one's which? I don't remember.
let's
I remember I got both names down. I don't remember which one's who.
Brandon Beanie.
Brandon, we got it.
Jordan.
Gray Beanie
Yeah.
Brandon.
So we go back to the year of about 1913.
Yeah, right.
No, my story is not as cool as Brandon's.
Mm.
I was pretty much, small country family, and my grandfather played bluegrass music, and I just grew up around that. And I had a friend. I didn't really start playing guitar or anything until after high school, and I had a friend that encouraged me to pick up the guitar because he was learning, and I picked it up. And I always enjoyed poetry, so I kind of just started writing a little bit, trying to put words to paper and then melody to the words and vice versa. And long story short, me and my wife, we got married, and I feel like the past 5 years have been extremely freaking fast. Like, I look back and I'm like, damn, where did the time go? And I feel like everybody says that, and as cliche as it is, it definitely doesn't slow down any for the most part. But we moved here specifically for music. I took a job at Warner Music Group in the artist royalties department, and I've been there now about 3 years. And like he said, we met and just started doing our thing, and band's been kicking ever since. So yeah.
Nice. Well, before we get too far into the band, maybe we should have you guys play a song.
Yeah.
Yeah, let the people
Yeah,
know what you
for
sound
sure.
like.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Cool. So what are you gonna be playing for us?
Bad news.
Yeah, we can do bad news. We'll do a
This
little
one
bit.
that's currently out right now.
Okay.
We have a live video out for it that we recorded at Penn Tablet Studios, and it's all of us just tracking live. The video's edited, but the audio's
Yeah.
all one take.
Yeah, we wanted something to put out there so people could come hear us live and know what they were getting, and we're working on a record now. So.
For sure.
All right.
All right. These old bones. I'd like to thank our sponsors right now.
right.
Let's definitely not forget Coors Light.
Yeah. Right. Where's the pick? Guitar pick somewhere.
Did you lose it already?
No,
I'm sure there's a pick somewhere around here. You can't find one?
I got it.
I got a quarter.
Extra loud.
Good in there, Austin? Oh, man. Drop these still. Classic.
Yeah. All right. That was bad news.
Right, that's it.
You guys
That's all you
like
get.
that? Yeah.
All right, one more time. She's a shotgun waiting to blow, and she's aiming right at you. Sawed off and ready to go, and there's nothing you can do before you get too close, before she steals your soul. Just take some time and think it through. But she's bad news, like the bill I can't afford. Bad news, like the headlines from the paper, boy. She'll make you walk that line every time.
Well, word gets around this town, that ain't nothing new. You're hanging up to dry, she's out on the loose. And in the morning when you're waking up alone, no, you can't draw blood from a stone. Somebody you should know.
She's bad news, like the bill I can't afford. Bad news, like the headlines from the paper, boy. She'll make you walk that line every time. Every time. Take your bet, your regret. She's gonna get you every time. For you know, she's long gone. She's up and left you far behind. headlines from the paper, boy. She'll make you walk that line every time.
Every time.
Every time.
Freaking right, dog.
All right, guys, that was bad news.
There's zero chance you're unmuted yet.
Yeah, that's probably true. No, I see I am. He's on.
I'll bet you weren't. But did you mute for the song?
Nah. Look at that. Look at that
That's a real
shit.
question here.
So, what a hero. Okay, so that was bad news by Highway Natives. Highway Natives.
And if people like, so you said there's a video up on YouTube.
There's a lot of video.
Yeah, Facebook, YouTube, Vimeo. Is it Vimeo?
Yeah,
Vimeo?
Vimeo, yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know. People use that.
Yeah.
I guess they must. It's been around for a long
It's
time.
better than
Yeah,
YouTube,
I think you can go all the way up to 4K.
yeah, it's on Instagram Live, all that stuff.
All the things.
Before we jump into the band, I just got to say, I just realized that earlier I gave you instruction on using that mic,
Yeah.
and I tried to be like, assume that you knew something.
Oh, dude, no.
Because
No,
it's
man.
Nashville and like most musicians do.
No.
But now realizing that you're literally an engineer, it was like extra.
No, dude, no. You can never assume too much, man, on that stuff.
This is your domain too, man.
Yeah,
so
man. No. You
Welcome to my domain.
Do what I say.
No, man.
So how did the band come together, and what's kind of y'all's vision for the band?
It's kind of a. It's not the coolest story, I don't guess, but I mean,
Yeah, make it cool though. Add some details that weren't there, like
so
explosions,
in the
knife
age-
fights, all that stuff's really
That's
good.
right,
It
that's
plays
right.
good on the radio.
In the age of social media, I was I was bleeding on the ground after a knife fight, desperately wanting to write one last song before I bled out.
Yes. Yes.
Classic story.
Yeah.
I had been
is,
focusing
like,
on
riveting.
engineering for the longest time, and then as I was looking at my death, I was like, what have I been doing?
What the hell
And-
has he been doing?
You know, right as I posted the post on a Facebook marketing or networking page looking for somebody to write with, somebody stabs me with a revive. I come to life. Jordan responds.
Is that from a game? A revive?
No, this is a true story.
Yeah, no.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah,
There's something
don't
called
try
a
to take that
revive.
away.
It saves
Yeah.
you from a
That's
stab
our
wound.
story.
Right.
Yeah, the government's been hiding it for years.
Immediately, it was basically like a stab of very hard drugs. And
Some insulin.
no,
Diabetic.
yeah, I posted on a networking page looking for somebody to write with because
Was
I
it
had.
Yep?
It was. It was Yep. It was Yep. Looking for
Man,
somebody.
what
amazed.
other page would you think?
I'm amazed you used Yep and then found something you wanted.
I know. Right?
Man.
We say that a lot.
Yeah.
Actually.
Yep is like the cesspool of Nashville.
Yeah.
There's a lot of great people on Yep, and there's
Yeah, well,
there's
everyone's
also-
on Yep. That's the
It's
problem.
very saturated.
Yeah.
There's
It's
like
just
what,
the town.
40,000 people or something, or
Yeah.
20,000.
It's
What?
an accurate representation of the city. Like there's a lot of really, really great talent, and there's a lot of mediocre, average talent on there, and there's nothing wrong with that. People trying to, you know, I always say if you're the smartest in the room, you're in the wrong room, and you know, with Yep, there's a lot of people that are aspiring and trying to build their career, and there's people on there that will work with them and that will be pleased with their product. And like, it's just a networking group, just like with
Yeah.
anything.
No, yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just
There's a lot.
I've
of,
used it.
Yeah,
It's just.
yeah.
In fact, I found a really great client through it.
Yeah.
But for
that's
the
what I'm
most
saying.
part, you go on and somebody's like, "I'm looking for somebody to record," and then it's like 80 comments.
Dude, so many. Yeah.
And for a few times, I like posted my stuff.
Yeah.
I'm like, maybe they'll get to mine. And it's like, no, you're never gonna.
Yeah, man.
I think it's great if you're like, if you wanted to know who are 80 people who do recording, it'd be a
Dude.
great way to find out.
Dude,
But if you
seriously.
want somebody to hire you, like you may as well.
It's a very slim
yeah.
chance.
I
Yeah.
It's
think
not
what a
gonna
lot
work.
of people don't think about is at this point, you know, if you just go on there and search, you know,
Yeah.
you can find what you're looking for. You don't have to.
You don't have to
To
post
post your own
everything.
thing.
Right,
Yeah,
everybody's
for
already
sure.
posted everything.
You can
sure.
go through like plethora of
10,000
awesome talent.
photographers.
Yeah, and,
Right.
and find exactly what you're looking for if you want to.
Yeah.
But some people, you know, find it just easier just to
Yeah.
have people come to them. which is
And that's
understandable.
totally-
it's young entertainment professionals, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
which they have
Because
in
the guy in
different
chat said,
cities.
"I'm on Nope."
I think
You should start that actually. Like,
Nope.
straight
The
like
counter. Yep. Very exclusive. Don't
like,
let everybody
well,
in.
maybe
Oh,
it's
hell
like not
no.
only people in entertainment.
Yeah, right.
that. Yeah.
Shit, then you get even twice as many responses.
But he posted on there, and I just happened to be, switching it around. I was, sitting around one day and scrolling through Yep, and I was still fairly new to town as well, so I was kind of, figuring out what the hell I was going to do, where, my direction, my community of people, and, still learning Nashville, still am. But I saw his post, and he was, like, interested in songwriting, and that's kind of what I initially wanted to move to town for. And he mentioned a couple artists, like Ryan Adams and the Feathers and Eagles and stuff that I was really interested in. And
Wild Feathers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't realize they had enough of a following to just be called the Feathers.
I love
Yeah,
that.
man.
Yeah.
That's great.
Same.
Guys.
They're great.
The Featherheads.
Yeah, right.
But and I reached out and we shared music and long story short, I mean, we tell everybody this, but we met downtown here at a studio to write, and we get there and he's got a 6-pack, and I've never told him this, but
Man, you must work out.
because
Yeah, right.
He's got a
Where'd it
six
go?
pack. It's
Yeah.
like, this guy's hot. I'm gonna be in the band with him.
well, I tell you, I walked in and it wasn't Coors Light, and I thought this might be a deal breaker. Right here.
I can't even remember what we was drinking.
Shit, I don't even know. It was I don't
Probably
know.
Miller or something.
Ugh. But get that shit out of here.
I can't even remember.
But we didn't write. We kind of just drank and hung out. And long story short, we ended up finding out that we lived literally across the street from each other.
Oh wow.
Oh, wow.
That's
In
convenient.
Bellevue.
Yeah.
And like I said, it's been a long 5 years, a long, fast 5 years. And that's really all I remember about it. And then everything after that, it's just been like,
Yeah.
I don't really remember much. So.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we met that way, and
Just kind of took off.
we kind of had shared the idea of like doing a bigger band. I was like, man, I think that night we
How many
even-
people are in the band?
6.
Okay,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
6.
We
Yeah.
got
All regular instruments.
All guitar.
we have a couple ghosts,
You got drums, bass.
Guitar.
Yeah, exactly.
Really?
Yeah, one drummer, all the rest guitars.
Well, if you're doing Eagles, you gotta have 2 acoustics, 2 electrics.
Well, sometimes we'll get a 12-string.
Yeah. No, yeah. It's drums, bass, keys. I do rhythm electric. Our buddy Drummy does lead electric, and he does acoustic guitar. And we both sing, and then Drummy sings background, and then the other guys will chime in.
Yeah,
whenever
get some
they-
harmonies and
whenever they
stuff.
feel.
Our idea, like when we met, even that night, I said, man, I've always like wanted to get. I've been fascinated. The Eagles are probably my favorite like group of all time, and at the time they were a super group, and obviously to this day they still are a super group. But I was like, man, I want to do something like that, like heavy harmonies, big chorus, vocals, but like still have this country aspect, but have some gritty ass rock and roll too. And so yeah, we wrote for like half a year, maybe more, of just sitting at my place, just writing originals. Like we just would get up and do the same thing we're doing now, drinking Coors Light. Shout out. And eventually I was like, man, we gotta get out and like play this stuff, or it's not gonna. Or we're just sitting here forever, and
We'd still
nobody
be-
will ever hear this.
We'd still be sitting on it.
So did you go back to Yep for to find some more members?
We did.
Occasionally, yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
He knew a few people,
Yeah.
and they came into the story, but we've been through like quite a bit of transformations of the band
Yeah.
for sure.
through the past year, trying to get a solid group of guys, because man, it's Nashville, and most of everybody's damn good. And if you're a musician, how are you gonna make money? You gotta go play.
Yeah.
And if starting a band, it's a business, first and foremost, and you're not gonna automatically go sell out, these venues and make all this money.
Yeah.
And so, understandably, musicians like I want to play the guitar, I want to play keys or the fiddle or whatever, so I'm just gonna play. And we wanted a family. You know, we wanted people that wanted to be a part of what we were doing.
And people you want to be around.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, that's definitely, you know, that's probably more than half the gig right there is if we're gonna do this together, I want to be able to tolerate you for the rest of my life.
For sure.
You know, so.
For sure.
Yeah, or you actually go the Eagles route. And then it fucking doesn't matter at all. In fact, it's better if you all hate each other. Liking each other is not the path.
That's right.
Or you throw a female in the group and really fuck it up.
Yeah, Fleetwood Mac.
Yeah. But no, it's been good. And now we've got a set group of guys that enjoy doing what we're doing, and I feel like things are starting to really pick up. So happy
That's
about
awesome.
that.
Do you guys have anything show scheduled right now going on?
Yeah, we're playing the local tomorrow.
Real soon.
Tomorrow night, yeah.
Yeah.
7.
Yeah. So if you're
Show starts
local,
6.
Come to the
go to the
local.
local. Yeah. Tomorrow. Tomorrow
And
night.
you're watching live, by the way.
And you're watching live.
If you're listening to
this
this
is
later, don't go
It's
tomorrow.
like 2037. Local might not even exist anymore.
February 8th, 6 p.m.
Yeah, it's now something different. But yeah,
Yeah, the thing's a pizza joint now.
craft brewery.
Yeah, it's a craft brewery.
No. This
Or
is
a
not a
high
stress
rise.
ball. It's a shaker.
But I
He's
don't
like,
know.
does he have a stress ball right there?
In 15 years, it's
Hey.
not going to be the millennials building stuff anymore, right? It's going to be like Gen Z
Gen
stuff.
Z, dude.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so, and they're going to be building it for the younger group. So,
Right.
who
I mean,
knows what it'll be then? Like
it's already
a video
turned
game
to that.
restriction.
It's all gonna
are we
be
all
desolate.
millennials? Are you guys millennials?
Yeah.
How old are y'all?
Yeah, I'm 28.
28. Okay,
Yeah.
so you're.
I'm 24.
Yeah.
See,
I turned 24.
You're barely a millennial.
Borderline.
Because I know someone at work. We just figured this out earlier. And she's 22, and she's Gen Z. She's the first
Ooh.
year.
Oh,
So you're
shit.
real close.
Yeah, I was 96.
And 97 is the first year of Gen Z. So
Yeah.
you are just barely
right
making
there.
it. But you're late term millennials.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Makes me sound old.
Late term
Late term.
millennials.
Well, there's a difference.
Sounds like a
Name
death,
it for
like,
that
There's
episode.
like
ICU
Or a
or
band
some
name.
shit.
well, there's a big
Great
difference.
Late term millennials, man.
I mean, I work with a lot of stupid college kids. And who are Gen Z now.
Yeah.
They're like born like 2001 and stuff.
Yeah,
I'm like,
dude.
it burns. Like, I
Oh,
feel
man.
so old.
That's
They can
gotta be.
drink.
No, that
gotta
just
be an
that's
interesting
them being
feeling.
young.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
You're the proper age.
But so
Born
I-
in 2001, they didn't even experience the 20th century.
yeah, but I
right.
just I figured I've learned that there's a big difference in millennials, mostly between elder millennials
Yeah.
and then like late millennials.
Yeah.
Huge difference.
Yeah,
And I don't
for
like
sure.
being lumped in with like.
sure.
I mean, you seem all right so far.
Well, like I said, man,
We'll see.
You don't know him.
the late term will come out sometimes, but like I said, I grew up with older brothers, so like. they
How many
kind of
times have you
influence.
chat snapped in this very episode?
I actually do not get on Snapchat.
Man, I tell you.
It's only for dick pics.
You're
Everyone
such a
knows
late
that.
millennial, you couldn't even roll with that. You had to
I had
correct
to
me and go
with
back to
the name.
Snapchat.
Snapchat, man. Shit.
I believe you mean Snapchat.
I say
Scouts on.
chat snap whenever I want to mock it and sound like
Chat
I'm old.
snap.
Are you on the chat snap again?
What's your chat snap?
Yeah, I try not to.
What are you?
That's such a
Hashtag-
like crazy conversation, man. I before I moved, me and my wife moved from Florida. I worked for the Florida Department of Transportation, and I was having a conversation at one point with a superior, and the word millennial came up in a meeting, and it just bothered me because I'm a millennial, but don't necessarily associate it's like anything like politics
Right.
or music. It's like you're gonna put me in this box because that's what other people say.
Because the year you were born.
Yeah,
But that's such a
Absolutely.
millennial
You don't even
feeling to
know
have,
me.
though. It's so millennial of you. You're all, don't lump me into that box. Like, you're acting like it right now.
Well, it's
millennial.
not necessarily like I'll embrace the fact that when I was born and that I'm a millennial, but I work my fucking ass off, and
Yeah.
I'll work my ass around anybody. And if you're gonna say that, oh, he's a millennial, he's automatically
lazy.
he's lazy as shit, he doesn't earn anything. Fuck you.
It's like you don't know how to call your son on your cell phone.
Or like clear your browser history or some shit.
Yeah, right. It's called private browsing.
Cyrus, call my
incognito.
son.
Cyrus. Alexis.
Have you seen? I was about to bring up. I was about to be like,
Yeah,
have you seen the Kentucky? The Kentucky.
Oh yeah.
For anybody who is listening, you gotta not right now because we're live. All right, maybe in a little bit.
Wait a second,
Yeah,
you
look up.
rude ass.
Yeah, Kentucky Alexa. It is the best video. I work with a girl from Kentucky. Immediately, I watched that like halfway through, and as soon as they started singing "Song of the South," I was like, I gotta go watch this.
That's exactly how it is too, man. I just got my dad and my stepmom an Alexa for Christmas, and I had to set it up for them, teach them how to use it.
Do you think Kentucky? Because in some ways, it's even you were saying like it's even more southern than where you came from in the technically geographically more south. Do you think maybe Kentucky's got like a it's like a small dick complex where it's like you're maybe in the south, you're maybe not. So you got to go further into the south energy.
Man.
You got to prove it.
Kentuckians are one of a kind, man. It's like, yeah.
I have a very
It's the
Kentucky
home of
specific.
bluegrass, man. I mean, that's all you gotta say. It's like these hillbillies just, out there doing their thing, and it's awesome. But at the same time, like, you don't think there's just not a whole lot, you know.
Dude,
so
there's just
it's all landlocked and
you got the lake that you go hang out at. You gotta drive 20 minutes to the nearest McDonald's.
Land between the lakes.
It's actually called Buck Creek.
Of course it is. Of course it is.
Yeah.
Okay, where in Kentucky are you from?
Waynesburg,
You only said two places I would have known, but
hour south of Lexington.
okay, I got a question for you. I have a Kentucky-specific question that we have never talked about on this podcast before.
If it's about shoes, Kentucky Fried Chicken, or
It's not. We've never expected.
okay, what's your question?
Okay, so it's more of a question/comment because I'm gonna disagree with your answer immediately.
Okay, maybe
Okay.
you don't know.
you don't know me.
There is. You already know what I'm gonna ask. I already typed it in the chat. I've talked about this a lot. I talk about this a lot in real life and on the podcast.
You've talked about this on the podcast.
Yeah, I know. That was the joke. I've talked about this literally dozens of times.
It was a joke. I thought you were really breaking news.
No. This is not new. This is old ground, but I refuse to back down.
Okay,
There's a
You talked about
city.
it last episode.
Louisville.
Is that right?
That's how you say it, Louisville.
How did you know that? I was going to ask that.
Because everybody asked me that.
Okay,
Man.
but here's the thing.
You're a
That's
basic question asking
incorrect.
her.
I have asked him that,
Hey, man, it's coming from the source,
Okay,
like-
but
if you're from the South, you automatically, and you're not from Kentucky, you say Louisville.
okay. Well, let me ask you.
Louisville.
Everywhere else in the world, the
Louisville.
baseball bats is like why I disagree.
Louisville
One
Slugger.
of the two reasons.
Yeah.
Louisville
Louisville
Slugger. That's what he calls the
Exactly.
whole world.
Yeah.
Second, the real source isn't Kentucky. It's language.
language, yeah,
You know what I mean?
dialect.
And it's and Louis is named after King Louis, not King Lowell.
Saying Louisville.
King
King
Lowell.
Lowell.
King
You know what I mean?
Lowell.
It's a French term. It's Louisville.
Lawful.
I don't know, man. It's just dialect. I guess.
This was on our last
All
episode
I can say is
from last
dialect.
week. He talked about the same topic.
I have this conversation at least 3 times a week.
He's pissed off about it, man.
I can't.
I got over it a while ago.
I can get
In fact, I
behind
met
something.
somebody from there, and I was like, "Wait, how do you
You're
say
from
that?"
Louisville, right?
And she's all Louisville. And I was like, "All right, I guess that's how I
Well,
say
here's
it
the
now."
thing. I was ready.
Wow.
I was ready to give in. And then we had a guest on the show, PM, who grew up there. He said. And he told me that's ridiculous and it should be Louisville. And I was like, I fucking knew it. I was like, I'm never letting this go. Never.
I mean, shit, man. That's just all I've ever known to call it. And I've never met anybody in Kentucky who don't call it that.
So an immediately more interesting topic. Anything else? So you work at Warner Music Group. That's a record label, correct?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
what? Tell us about that. Like, what's it like to be with the big bad record label?
Oh man.
Is it
Well,
cool? Is it is it soul sucking? Do you like it?
Choose your words wisely.
I listen to every
Yeah,
episode,
yeah.
so.
Played the-
I'll say this, man. I'll say the good things about it. First of all, that job got me to Nashville. I'm extremely thankful for that. Second off, I've never had any type of musical education, so I definitely consider myself extremely lucky to even have been offered the position. And I read contracts all day, so the lingo, being in the industry, being behind the scenes, the education that I've gotten from this job is something I probably couldn't replace, anywhere, because I feel Warner is definitely an innovator when it comes. I mean, they're one of the biggest labels, so they definitely always try to look ahead. It is an office job, and I go in and it's got its pros and cons, but I'm thankful for what it has given me and it allows me to do, because it does pay my bills and allows us to go out on the road. And when you work in the industry, people understand because they're in the music, and so they're like, okay, you can take a couple of days off and go play and do what you got to do. There's a lot of employees that work on the corporate side of things, but also are producers and stuff like that. So there are those cons and a lot of things you hear about major labels, and yeah, some of them are true, but I'm thankful for the job, so I'm gonna appreciate it for what it is. But we can talk afterwards.
Now, does that give you an in where you can be like, go up to somebody and give them your demo, give them your tape, give them your mixtape?
Man, to me...
Is everybody in the band asking you that same question?
Hey, can you get this to someone?
We're like the least likely group to do that, man. We're so like old school, we're just thankful to be playing music, honestly. I feel like that's definitely...
If you put a Snapchat...
Not
Snapchat.
Just fucked up your own...
A snap track in your songs.
Oh, yeah.
And a little bit of an 808.
A little bit of clicks and stuff.
Yeah.
Then maybe you could be on a label.
No, man. Most of the time, though, I mean, there are some people around the office that absolutely will shameless plug, all day.
Yeah.
They'll just send emails out, hey, we're playing here tonight. I'm not that guy, mainly just because I'm like, this is work, and, I'm when I get out of here, I'm just ready to get out sometimes.
Right. When you work, when you're at work, and you do other stuff when you're out there.
Yeah, absolutely. So,
well, if any of those people want to continue plugging themselves shamelessly, you can send them our way if they're good. If they're good.
Yeah, man. Met a lot of great people, but we don't really... I definitely talk to people that I could easily send an email and probably get fired,
Yeah.
But, it's at the end of the day, it's, I don't really think about that. I'm like, whatever,
It's just a job.
Yeah, it's cool. Like I said, I talk to but we all talk to people in the industry and do stuff that's cool to us. So, has its pros and cons. I get to see, how poor I am and how rich other people are.
Looking at the royalties.
Yeah, exactly, man.
You're just like, motherfucker.
Certain artists, I'm just like, shit, man. How the hell? And they've already recouped and everything. You're like, damn.
Man, our keys player just texted me and said, I'm watching you acting like you didn't wear that outfit yesterday.
Which one of you? You?
Yeah, me. Yeah.
Same beanie?
Yeah.
Keys player, could you confirm? Same beanie?
Less complications, Ryan.
Beanie.
Man, I was to piggyback off of that. Yeah, like I'm thinking about doing that actually, because it sounds so crazy, but to me it doesn't. Like, who's the Facebook guy? Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah.
And Dr. Dre does the same thing. He wears the same outfit mostly every day.
Damn.
Right.
And I'm like, man,
they own multiple copies.
It's his brand.
Yes.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
Yeah, you can't wear the same.
It's not the same outfit. It's multiple Mark Zuckerbergs.
I don't know. I don't know if
Extra
Dre
copies.
owns his shoes, but that's good. I should look into that. But at the end of the day, man, I mean, like it's just less complicated shit, you know. But our society's not built for that. We appreciate them and we support them because they have this track record. But if we were to go out and just wear the same shit every day,
your fucking keyboard
people would be
player.
like, damn, they're poor as shit.
Let me tell you, because I've worn this same shirt every single day this week.
Hey.
At work.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, man.
I changed the undershirt.
Yeah, right.
But I've literally worn that, and no one said. I do it every week. I wear like one shirt all week. No one ever says anything.
Yeah,
No one cares. If they notice, I'm like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's clean. Like, I wear an undershirt. It's different. Yeah.
At the
Nobody
end of the
cares.
day, man, you're creating your own brand too. Like
Yes,
you walk
that's
in,
exact- that's what I'm
and
gonna
they
start telling-
see your ass, and they're like, I know who he is. That's that motherfucker on that shirt.
It works because I got like a new shirt. This was actually the new shirt that I got.
Yeah.
And I walked into work and someone's like, "You got a new shirt?" Like instantly. You guys, I've never seen that shirt. It's a new shirt.
Hey, you ain't allowed to wear that. Yeah, take that shirt off.
Take it off.
Yeah. Put that other one back on.
Is it time to play another song?
Sure, why not?
Yeah, we
Well, I
can,
think
man.
it's,
Sure, man.
I mean, I'm not playing.
I asked in the form of a question just so I wouldn't be commanding. But yeah, it's time.
Fucking
Here's the
play
answer.
it.
Do your job.
Play your fucking song, guys.
Give me a
I won't
first.
ask twice.
So what are you going to be playing for us this time?
What do you think of brandy?
Like American Dream.
All right, American.
They're
Dream.
figuring it
Bad
out.
news.
American Dream.
Let's call American Dream.
Okay.
All
American
the guys
Dream.
are texting me right now. Ryan says to shout him out, say his name.
Hey, Ryan. It's right here.
Ryan Ferris Bueller.
Here, Ian, I just want to say fuck you to your keyboard.
Ryan Harras. We want to shout out to Ryan Harras.
Ryan.
Ryan Harris. Yeah.
Rianne Harris.
Ryan Harris. Oh, it's getting the shaker. Oh.
Yep. Free young man living the dream. Spends all his nights shaded with something crowding his mind. Everything has a price tag that he can't pay. Trying hard to take care of his lady. Feels like he's wasting his time. Running dry, it's the American dream. Open your eyes and see. That's how it's supposed to be, yeah. Here in the land of the broken and the damned, it's the American dream. Free young man living a dream. Spends all his nights wasted, tired of standing in line. 22, he was never told what to do. Looking out for a silver lining, wondering how to put a stitch in time. Running dry, it's the American dream. Open your eyes and see. That's how it's supposed to be, yeah. Here in the land of the broken and the damned, watching the sun rise while you're stuck inside. If you wanna change it, you gotta live a lie, 'cause talk is cheap. It's the American dream. It's the American dream. Open your eyes and see. That's how it's supposed to be, yeah. Here in the land of the broken and the damned, watching the sun rise while you're stuck inside. If you wanna change it, you gotta live a lie, 'cause stock is cheap. It's the American dream. It's the American dream. Open your eyes and see. It's the American dream. It's the American dream.
All right, all right. And that was American Dream.
That it was.
And is this one you guys have recorded right now?
It's not. We're working on it. We're actually about to go track some more to it right after this.
Nice.
Oh, wow. That's where you're headed right after this.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, the guys are there.
Hey, Austin.
I just texted him.
Oh, okay. I was going to... Never mind. He just texted you.
Austin.
B-double-E-double-R-U-N.
Beer.
God, I was like, let's spell it out. I'm like, That's a lot of letters. I don't know,
I'm just
man.
gonna accept that as a song and not know what it meant.
He said
Wasn't even trying to spell it out.
BWR.
Now, so who writes the songs in the band?
We both did. And we just recently started writing as a band, throwing some stuff off of each other. And
Trying that out. The other guys don't really know how to write, so it kind of sucks at this point. Am I right? Ever since you told me they're on, I just want to.
They just want to make fun.
yeah,
They can't defend themselves.
Yeah, that's what,
They can type in chat. They gotta make it
I must be a very weak person
Ryan
inside.
Perez, especially.
Sorry, the band.
oh,
I'm sure you guys are great.
Oh man, look at you, man.
Especially that Ryan. He
intern.
sounds like a real class act.
yeah, Ryan harass,
dude.
It's a
harass that ass.
Assistant to
yeah,
the
we-
regional intern.
We both write them equally. Sometimes we write them together. Sometimes we write them on our own and then revise with each other.
So which one of you is Paul McCartney and which one of you is John Lennon?
He's asking which one's gonna get murdered.
I would definitely be the one to get murdered.
There's a lot of other facts about those people.
No, man, we I mean, it's
Who's
been,
Don Henley? Who's Glenn Fry? Who's Roger? Who's Hammerstein?
that's for the people.
Yeah, right.
Well, I think that's for the people to decide,
Yeah.
but I do fashion myself as a modern day Paul McCartney.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I would probably claim John Lennon. I'm not gonna say why. He knows why. We can
said
talk
it
about
earlier,
that.
but y'all didn't
Is it the kind of brooding dick vibe, or like is it?
It's
It has to
against
do with
it's against the rules. I'll say that. Yeah, easy, man.
I'm glad
He
that
doesn't get it yet, but I will tell you.
Okay.
we started, you know.
Was it something you said when you were sound checking? Because I was hearing that.
No.
I think it was, maybe it was on there. I don't know. You can catch it later on the rerun.
I love how many details you guys are leaving for after. We're gonna have to end the show early so we can get all the good shit
We're an enigma.
Yeah, we
wrapped in a mystery.
no, we've got you know, a full 2 handfuls of songs that we've already laid down and tracked and stuff, but it's been good now that we got a solid group of guys and we'll be able to write with them now, and we definitely, the band's so freaking talented. It would be stupid not to use everybody in that aspect.
Yeah, we are definitely the least invaluable members
Yeah.
of the band.
Very
for
much
sure.
so.
For
Yeah.
sure.
And even if like we have an idea, you know, bringing it to the table, it just adds. I mean, I remember we were rehearsing last night and Drummy was playing some shit on one of the solos, and you know, every once in a while you have that moment when you're playing music or you're listening to music and you just got to smile.
Yeah,
like a little
right.
bit,
It's so you
you're
can't hold it
back. You know, you
Can't hold it
that
back.
little twitch. And so yeah, those guys, it's been good to write with them.
Yeah,
So that's what we're gonna start doing more of.
yeah, for sure.
So I'm gonna go out on a limb and assume this is one of the band members in chat.
What's the username?
Baloo is you. And they said Brandon is Yoko Ono.
That's probably my wife. And
It is definitely your
Ryan
wife.
Harris.
Ryan Harris. I gotta pee.
But
I'm gonna
wouldn't your
pee on
wife
that
be
note.
Yoko Ono?
Yeah, what's that?
Wouldn't your wife be Yoko Ono?
No, that would
Isn't
be
that how it's supposed to work?
Oh man,
Brandon?
is May watching right now? Yeah.
Does Brandon have a girlfriend?
Yeah, she's Filipino. Her name's May. She's super sweet.
She's great.
She's an awesome.
And she's gonna break the band
individual.
out.
She,
She always wants to play. He can't hear you anymore.
yeah,
He can't hear you
yeah.
anymore. What do you really want to say?
She's awesome. And
Does she want to play tambourine on every set?
No, man.
She
Yeah.
working on an art book called
No.
Imagine.
Wow.
We can't get on that subject because my dad's from the Philippines too. So I'll have to Judy chop somebody. You know,
Judy chop?
Judy chop, man.
Is that a Filipino thing?
Probably not. Probably not.
Oh, like judo chop?
Judo?
Judy?
Isn't Judy
Judo.
the redneck version of it?
Oh, maybe. Maybe.
So I gotta say,
So judo's like a style of like.
You know what? I heard
Martial
Judy chop in Kentucky, so that's probably why.
I'll give him a Judy
Yeah.
chop. I was like, it's judo, old man.
No, you never seen that YouTube video of the guy? He's a ninja the Ninja Warrior, and he's got a can of dip, and he's like, "This is a Ninja Star," and he throws it at people. And he's like, I'm gonna Judy chop you. Oh
Judy
man,
chop.
yeah,
That was definitely that guy's thing.
We gotta look that up. I mean, he went viral for a little bit, but yeah, that's where I got that from, probably.
So I'll say when you guys walked in, well, I mean, you guys out here at different times, but I don't know that much about Florida. I've only been there once.
Yep.
And that was to go to Disney World because why wouldn't you?
Why wouldn't you?
But if I had to guess which one of you was from Kentucky, I'm pretty sure I would guess you. I don't know how country or how.
I ain't drunk. I ain't drunk yet.
You would guess Brandon's from Florida.
Yeah, 100%.
He's also not drinking
Because in
whiskey,
your head,
so.
Florida's kind of like
Florida's like
Southern
a real
California
place. Yeah, in my mind, Florida's like a real place, not it's separate from
Kentucky's
the South in my
fake.
mind.
Not the country.
Kentucky, like Tennessee,
Well,
like there's the South vibe, and in my mind, Florida doesn't have that.
The thing about Florida is so many people associate you get to maybe say Orlando, which is not in the Panhandle. You get further down on the other area of Florida, and everybody associates palm trees, white beaches,
Right.
And there is
Cuban
a lot
food.
of that. Yeah, there is a lot of that in the Panhandle, but it's in a very distinctive area.
I figure a lot of Florida's
says-
people who said the South isn't South enough. Let's go further.
Yeah.
It says, I don't hear anyone saying they want to go to vacation in Kentucky. But that's not true because they got the
that's
Kentucky
not-
Derby.
that is
the
not
Kentucky,
true,
tons
man.
of people travel there for the Kentucky
Yeah.
Which we were
Derby.
just
Yeah.
talking about. We want to
Derby's
go
fun.
and see
Dude.
some horse races.
It's a good
Man.
time.
I do
Bet on the
want to do that.
ponies.
I love horses.
It was a unique experience. It's like NASCAR with horses.
Yeah.
You're in Kentucky, and
Woo! God damn it, Seabiscuit, let's go!
you nailed it on the head, bro. I don't
exactly
need
what
to
it's
say
like.
anything if you're ready.
Exactly what it's like.
He took me to Keeneland for the first time, in 2017 or 18,
Dude.
and
April.
man, I didn't know what to expect. Never had been to a horse race in my life, and 10 o'clock in the morning, and man, you think you're at the Super Bowl.
Yeah. It's
Like,
good time,
people
isn't
are
it?
tailgating.
It wasn't even the Derby.
It wasn't even the Derby. This is just Keeneland, and these people are getting down.
Yeah.
Well, I went to, because San Diego has horse racing. Obviously, it's not as popular.
San Diego.
But I
There's
never
a
went,
big equine
Yeah.
culture in California and New York.
Is there really?
Huge in New York.
I didn't
yeah.
know that. That's crazy. But
At
my
one point,
aunt,
horses were everywhere.
that's true, pre-cars. But my aunt
Don't
one day
eat.
was like, hey, do you want to go with me to the horse races? And I was like, that doesn't sound fun at all.
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah, just come. And she paid for everything.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, I'll go.
Yeah.
Like, within 20 minutes of getting there, I was like, this is the
This is
best
fucking
thing. This is the most fun thing I've ever done. There's a race every 30 minutes and it lasts 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Hey,
And you're like, what do you do the rest of the time?
Dude, yeah.
that's what he did too. But we didn't even go inside, and he was passed out within an hour. So
Hey, you're just drinking beer and screaming at horses
Dude,
for no reason.
My buddy made some hooch, and it was like, you couldn't even taste the alcohol in it, and I was just in the mood to get really drunk, and I didn't make it inside. I didn't make it in. I
they're
passed
out
out.
here
Oh my
drinking-
God.
They're out here
What
drinking
is
prison
hooch?
shit.
What is hooch?
Prison wine?
Yeah.
I can't remember what
That's
he
it,
put
that's
in.
what
It was
it
like
is.
Everclear and Kool-Aid and a bunch of just shit.
Y'all probably just threw some random shit in there. And I was like, this is hooch.
Yeah, there's no telling what we were drinking.
You don't want none of that jailhouse hooch. Up in the
They
air
put me on
ducts
my
for a
ass.
little bit.
I was in the fetal position on the ground.
Yeah.
Feeling great, I take it.
I don't know how I was feeling. That's where I was at, but
It was we hadn't even made it inside yet. It was my first time going to Keeneland, and I'm excited. Like, I want to go see this race or races. Like, I want to go
he
and
still holds this shit against me.
experience it. And this guy's he's just done. He's done. There's no reviving him.
Just leave him on the floor and go in.
We put him in
Clocked
the
out.
passenger seat of the truck. I said I'm going inside. That was like gibberish if he even heard it.
Nah, I clocked
And
out.
yeah, man, I went inside and it was definitely packed. I think it was like one of the last weekends they were doing it that year, and it was so incredibly busy. I didn't like being surrounded by that many people in such a tight spot. I do kind of get some anxiety from that now, but man, it was really a cool experience.
Man, when the horses take off and like the ground starts shaking and
you
shit.
see how powerful those
awesome.
animals are, and man, it was
It's
awesome.
the hype. Like, everyone gets so hyped.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And people are you can bet, you know, I mean, you're betting all this money and
Yep.
I was betting like $1. You know what I mean? Like, and
Well,
I
you
was
can
still
win.
like jacked out of my mind.
You
I
can
was like, if I
win
win,
good
that's like
money.
$30. If I
Yeah,
that gets, I'm like,
Win a lot of money
Yeah.
from that stuff.
It's
man.
good. It's good times.
Yeah.
great
If
time.
you guys haven't done it, who are watching, you gotta go. It's
Yeah,
hilarious.
I
It's
absolutely
delightful.
recommend it. I don't gamble, so I didn't bet, but just seeing it myself, it was a cool experience for sure.
Man,
So on a completely different topic, tell me about the recording process. Like, what are y'all doing?
I always had to bring it back to music.
What are you recording? How are you doing that? How are you negotiating that within the band?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
do you have a producer? Are you producing it? Are you recording it? Because you have that skill set. Are you hiring people? And
I mean, like, so up until we recorded kind of the bass tracks, we would do demos either at his place or, you know, here and there kind of thing. And we eventually got a set amount of songs, about 9 songs. And we went into Gnome Studios and laid down the bass tracks, the live tracking, with the band playing together. And we did that with our buddy Will Kinsel. He's engineering. And kind of, you know, co-producing, stuff like that.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah. And Grant Jenkins was assisting him. We
Wilson.
laid it all down.
Not Jenkins.
Oh, yeah, that's not Jenkins. Sorry.
Grant Jenkins is a drummer. He's
Yeah.
awesome too.
Grant Jenkins has also played with us.
Yeah, Grant Wilson.
Yeah, my bad, Grant.
There's so many Grants.
Yeah, I know, right? But laid down the foundation there, and ever since then, you know, we've been overdubbing lead stuff and, you know, some steel, testing the waters with what else we want to add to the tracks out at Starstruck.
Yeah.
So been doing that lately and almost done. You know, we finished tracking the vocals.
is Starstruck open to the public?
Mhm.
So-
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So it's a standard commercial space.
Yeah, you can rent it out.
You got a lot of money.
Yeah, I'm about to check it out sometime. I've never checked it out. I've
Yeah.
just driven or walked by it
Great space.
a billion times.
Great
But
space.
it looks, I guess it makes it look like it's not open to the public because they've got those big gates all around. It
Yeah.
seems like
They,
you're not supposed to go
There's a
there.
very corporate vibe to it.
Yeah.
I mean, I could probably say these things, but it's just clean, which is cool. Great gear, a lot of good gear in there. Amazing gear.
Does Miss Reba ever pop by?
Not anymore.
No, not anymore.
I don't know.
It sounds
if I
like there
can-
was a thing.
Yeah, what happened?
Not after last summer.
I don't know if I'm really at liberty to
Just say-
talk much
sure,
about Starstruck.
sure.
I mean,
Yeah,
like,
fair enough.
I can.
Tell us something, Jordan.
no, I mean, like, I love that whole family, man. Like, all those people there are great. I've learned pretty much everything that I learned more than I learned in school there, and that's great. You know, we can talk a little bit more about that. But,
Yeah. Does everybody call her Miss Reba there?
yeah.
Reba. I only know that because we had an engineer on here who worked there sometimes, and he told us a story about he was there the day that there was like the Nashville tornado.
Oh,
That
yeah.
That happened
The one
downtown.
that landed.
Yeah.
Oh, down
Yeah.
there. I know
And
one landed
he
in the
was
middle
like-
of Vanderbilt at one point.
And he was talking about Miss Reba.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'll bet everybody calls her Miss Reba there.
Man.
That's
just
a very southern way of talking.
Yeah, that's just a country aspect of.
Say Miss
She
and
is
then
the,
somebody's first name or Mister.
She's
Exactly.
great, man. The first time I ever interacted with her, I was interning, and I was striking down a session, and she was doing a listening of her gospel record that she put out, and first time ever like interacting at all. And she walks past the live room, going towards the control room, and sees me. Passes me up. I'm like wrapping cables and stuff. She backs up. She's like, "Hey, how you doing?" And then like, goes
Hey, how
in.
you doing?
Yeah. Well, actually, no. That wasn't how it went. I was sitting in the office, and she got there early before everybody. And I heard her get off the elevator. She was on the phone talking. I was like, "Oh shit, that's Reba."
I know that voice.
She comes up to the office. She was like, "Hey, where's everybody at?" And I was like, I was like, I don't know, they're going to be here in a minute. Just go hang out in the control room. And then it was when I was striking, after they had finished listening, she passes the live room, and I'm standing there by myself, and she passes up and backs up. She's like, bye now. I'm like, you're awesome.
Well, I had
Now, this joke's wait. This,
Okay.
on the topic of Reba.
This is also on the topic of Reba.
Oh, wow. Let's say this joke's probably a little too old for you because you're 24.
Young millennial.
Hey, now.
Yeah, a young millennial. Maybe not. Depends on your family, but it would have been great to me if the first time Reba met you, she was like, and if you hear any tremors outside, you let me know.
I forgot you just watched that recently.
Those are good ass movies.
They are.
Well,
they
they as a whole, one was good, two was good, and then it starts sad.
Well, that's with any,
Yeah.
I will
series.
own
There's
up
like
to it
6
that
now?
I'm too late of a millennial.
You don't know Tremors?
No.
You don't know Tremors? You gotta watch Tremors.
I'm not, man.
Did y'all feel that?
You don't know?
Man.
Y'all, did y'all feel that shake? I'm gonna grab my guns. Bert! She was, for those of you who don't know, she was in a movie called
For all you
Tremors
millennials.
from the 80s.
It's great. It's a great movie. It's a great
early
campy.
90s,
Yeah.
It was probably,
And she had a gun. She had lots of guns.
That was kind of the thing. Lots and lots of guns. Yeah, and Kevin Bacon. That's right. Hype. Yeah.
Lots of guns and Kevin Bacon.
Heck
Name
yeah.
of the episode.
The fuck with
But
Kevin Bacon?
I work with
such good movies.
I work with this girl or lady. I guess she's older than me. I don't know what to
woman?
call her.
She-
A
We're
woman.
in the
Millennial?
South, so you call her Miss,
Ma'am.
then her first
No,
name.
I work with
Miss.
a ma'am. I'm from California. We just call everyone bruh. I don't know.
Miss,
Bruh.
it's Miss,
Bruh.
her first name. That's the
Miss
part that throws me
Melanie.
off. I'm on the phone. I was on
Bruh
the phone with somebody at
Melanie.
Comcast recently, and they're all Mr. Ryan. I'm like, that's not how it's Mr. last name.
Yeah.
Miss last name. Mr. first name, incorrect. Go on.
Yeah, but so Melanie, I work, and she's
Miss Melanie.
She's a little older
Miss
than me.
Melanie.
She's not like super older. I think she's maybe late 40s, early 50s, something like that.
Yeah.
And she always tells these stories about when she first moved to Nashville. She worked with Reba. And she always talks about how she knows
Miss
Reba. And she knows Reba, and she knows Kenny. She'd always say Kenny. Not go beyond that because you assume we know.
Yeah.
Which
And-
one?
Right?
Chesney,
Loggins,
G.
Jesse.
I'm pretty sure it was G, but I don't know.
No, it sounds like
Maybe it's
Loggins makes more
Loggins
sense.
makes more sense.
I would
to me.
think
context of
Loggins.
Reba?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, so she's like, I used to work with it, and I used to work here, and I know him. And we're always like,
Rogers.
cool, man. Like, that's cool
Kenny
stories.
Rogers.
That's who it is.
Kenny
Rogers, that's what it is.
Rogers,
Kenny
yeah.
Rogers for
Kenny
sure.
Rogers.
And she'd always tell these stories back when she's like, I know Reba,
Yeah.
And we're always like, that's cool. Like,
Yeah.
it's a long time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Reba came to Belmont where we work and to do a Christmas recording concert thing. And she's like, I'm gonna go see Reba. We're like, cool. And I don't believe she like knows Reba.
Yeah.
She comes the next day. She's like, went and hung out with Reba. Like she does know Reba. Like pictures of her and Reba. And I was like, what the fuck? Like what happened?
Belmont, you
At
said?
Belmont, yeah.
Was her initials C?
No.
Okay.
No, her name's Melanie.
Oh, yeah, you said
See, it wouldn't make any sense.
my bad.
Come, Melanie.
Take that,
Come
dude.
on.
But I was like, there's a couple here if you want to go. Yeah, I was surprised. I was like, I thought you were a little bit full of shit. Like she's a super nice lady. Like there's no reason
Wait
for me
a
to think
second.
that. But yeah, they're just like, I guess you do know Reba. It's an
Man,
actual real thing. Now let's bring Kenny in here. Like, let's get him.
That's the one thing this town has taught me is, you have no idea who you're talking to.
Exactly, man.
And everyone knows everyone.
Yeah.
That's true. Earlier, I explained what a FET microphone was to this guy who works in studios. You never know. People might know what FET means.
But that happens a lot. Like on this show, we run into people who know other people. Like even I got an email to the Musical Hideout email saying like, "Hey, I work with this management company. We're looking to book some artists." And I was like, "Sounds great." Like, send me some bands. They sent me some bands. I clicked on listen to them. I'm like, "Cool, this one sounds good."
Yeah.
And I sent them some clips of our show so they know what they're getting into. And one of the first clips I sent them, they're like, "Oh, that guy's our guitar player." I was like, "Yeah." She was like,
What was the clip?
It was the promo for oh fuck, what's the band called? It was a weirder name. Chris Collier was the guy, is the guitar player.
Chris
You should know this,
Collier.
Ryan.
Yeah. But apparently I was here with him.
Safari Room.
Safari Room.
Room.
Oh. So
Yeah.
this was somebody from Safari Room?
No. they just have him play
He also plays in their band.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. She was like, he also plays in our band. We had a weird world, and I was like, what the fuck? I just sent you like a random ass clip of our show, and he's your guitar player.
Yeah.
And we
That's
had
how
like
it goes, man.
and we had a jazz band in here that does exclusively video game covers.
Okay.
And they were awesome.
Hell yeah.
And we mentioned another guest. We had a saxophone player,
Dude, that's probably
Simon, and they're like, that's our saxophone player.
That's probably the most
crazy.
strict, like, niche market.
Right? Specifically video game covers. And they were awesome dudes. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's weird. Like, everybody knows everybody.
Did you guys ever watch that show Love on Netflix?
No.
Yeah.
Yes, I watched the first season.
I think Paul
You
Rudd,
saw one. I made you
I
watch
think
one,
is
I
his
think.
name. Man, that's so
I love
funny because
Paul Rudd.
in that show, they do he's got a cover band and they just cover like these shows. It's funny, but it kind of reminded me of that. Cause
I always get Paul Rudd and Ben Affleck confused.
That's a weird confusion.
Only one of them played Batman.
okay, well,
And
I'm
only one
probably
of them was
definitely
an
not thinking
Anchorman.
of Paul Rudd.
You probably Ant-Man.
No, Ben Affleck's the one who played
No,
Batman.
I'm thinking of a different Paul. I think.
Wait, who?
You're not thinking of it's
not
Paul
Giamatti.
Rudd. Paul
No,
Rudd was
not
on
Giamatti.
Friends. Paul Rudd was on
No,
Friends.
He
no.
was
This
on
is a different
Friends.
guy.
Yeah, I
then.
forgot
This is
about
a completely
that.
That's a
different
deep
guy.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
some
that's
older
a
millennial
older
shit tonight.
millennial.
I know,
That's
yeah,
right.
yeah.
Yeah,
You
no,
did have older brothers.
This is different. This is a
Those
different
black
guy.
guys came in handy.
It is a Paul. It's just not Paul Rudd.
I want to stress you said black eyes.
I'm glad that it's not Paul Rudd because you just said Paul Rudd. I was like, maybe I haven't seen that show. I was just rolling. I was like,
Here's the deal.
No. But you know the guy that's like the main character that wears the glasses and stuff.
yeah. I don't know what I'm saying.
Man, I wish they'd come out another season of that because that was such a.
I only watched one. Is there only one season? I've only
There's
seen one.
two.
I've only seen one season. Now.
Man, I love that. Me and my wife watched We watched the whole thing through, and it was just funny.
Now,
Here's the thing.
hold on. I know you guys have to get a little premature. I know you guys got to get out of here pretty soon, but there is one question that we do ask every guest.
And by the way, we haven't talked about this yet, but I was thinking maybe we could end with them playing a song.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. weirdly enough.
Whoa! So we have this question, and then why we play a song out.
Did we do this before?
You just become best friends.
So there is one question we ask every guest, and it's the most important question. It's the most important question of the whole night. Okay.
I'm excited.
You should be. You should be.
It has its own theme song, as you can tell.
Now, here's the deal.
Sounds good with
new.
the
I
organ.
If you had to choose,
And you do.
Oh man.
and you do,
One of these choosers.
Are we gonna give options or?
no.
Now, here's the thing with two of you,
Yeah.
you both have to answer at the
Same time.
instant.
Because I need two different answers.
All right.
Fuck.
Okay.
Sometimes
We're
I just
two
want to like
different
give them
people.
there's two answers that are unacceptable.
Yeah, but you can't. You can't.
But you can't because
Yeah,
but I
ruins the-
wish I could just tell you, don't pick these two.
Here's the
you
deal.
basic bitch.
Killing me with the suspense.
If
right
you
now.
had to choose,
Building it up.
And you do.
and you do.
Yeah, duh.
Now, the important thing to remember is the answer cannot come from here.
The
It's
head.
gotta come from the heart.
from the dick.
It must come.
Yes, you know what? No one's ever tried a dick answer. Give us a dick answer on this one, just to see.
All right.
Yeah, so
Deal.
you're from the heart. Jordan,
No,
you're from the
I'll
heart.
be from the
Brandon,
dick,
you're from the
too.
dick. Okay.
Okay.
Both of you answer from your dick with this question.
Now, what that means,
Yeah.
which you might not like this analogy anymore, is it must be fast.
All right.
Okay.
Shit. Okay.
I need an instant answer. It needs to be. Everybody
You
has
gotta
an answer.
count us down once we get it.
Yeah.
No, I asked the question. You answer. That's how
But like,
fast
what
it
if
is.
we don't answer at the same time?
You will. I believe. I believe the
shit.
synergy of this band.
Slash, whoever answers quicker wins.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
fuck.
also, pick
What do
something
we-
a little more interesting than the first thing that comes to your head.
What do we win?
Pick what comes to your
Everything.
dick.
Everything.
Yeah.
Deal breaker right there.
All right, let's do this.
So if you had to choose,
And you do.
and you do, what would you say is your favorite kind of turtle?
Snapper.
Stanford.
Wow.
We had two turtle answers in chat before we even asked the question.
That
We
was
asked
a
it every
dick-
fucking week.
That was a dick answer for sure.
I don't even know.
Dude, I
You know
just,
what? All of our guests have been answering from their dicks.
There's a loggerhead turtle thing.
Do we get some better ones in the chat?
We got chat snapping turtle.
what's those motherfuckers
Fun
that?
eating turtle.
Chat snapping turtle.
Chat snapping turtle for
That's
the
the
win.
best, man.
Dude, does
Squirtle.
anybody ever
that's
not
my
say
answer.
snapper?
Yes, but not recently.
No,
We're not talking about lawnmowers here.
Yeah, right.
You know what? Here, I'm gonna say this.
Guys.
Ever since I added the Jaws theme in the background,
It's the it's like
snapping comes
subliminal
up.
bias right
I
there.
think I think we're subliminally biased everybody to think Jaws,
Maybe.
snapping.
You got that minor second, and you just
You know what's weird? When we first started asking the question in the beginning, every episode was a new answer. It was like someone was like Ninja Turtles, and
that's a good
someone
one.
was like Ready or Turtle, whatever. Like and now every week it's been snapping. And
I'm gonna
box.
stop playing the Jaws theme. I think that's what it is.
Turtle.
I think I
That's what it is.
ruined
You
it.
don't know why I didn't even think about sea
Yeah,
turtle.
we've gotten sea turtle before.
Yeah.
Everybody's like second answer after the pressure's off is better than
Yeah.
First
But that's
first answer is
for purpose.
basically snapping. We've got a lot of box.
We got a lot of box.
dude. Those
Box
things get hit by
turtles.
cars all the time, though.
So those are the ones that try to cross the road?
Yeah, and they get
Never
fucking
make it.
smashed. Yeah.
Never make it.
Do either
Takes
of you
like
have
hour
an
and a half to get
interesting
across.
turtle story?
Yes, I do.
Everyone does. It's so weird. So
I do
many
too.
people.
Yeah.
See?
So, you start with yours,
All right.
and I'm gonna.
Growing up, my dad, we had a dog, a boxer dog. His name was Jake. That was probably like, everybody, not everybody, but if you have a dog in your family as a kid, you have one specific dog that you grew up with, and
Yeah.
Jake was our dog. And I remember I brought this turtle home, like we pulled over on the side of the road at some point or something, and I picked it up and kept it, and but my dad was like, you got to put it in the backyard. And I put it in the backyard, man, and I don't know how much time I was out there for. I can't remember. I was a kid, like 4 or 5 years old at this point. And I walk outside at one point in the backyard, and the turtle shell is just everywhere. Oh, no. Fucking everywhere, dude. It looks like he got blew up by M80 or something. A damn firecracker went off in this turtle shell. And Jake just went to town on some turtles. And, PETA's probably going to come after us, but...
They do watch every episode.
Well,
so.
Peter's coming for Jake, to be clear.
Yeah, which unfortunately, he is no longer with us, but he
So
crossed the
fuck off,
Rainbow
PETA.
Bridge.
Across the Rainbow Bridge.
But,
Bridge.
yeah, that was mine.
No, okay. So, in Kentucky, where I'm from, my hometown,
Got to clarify that.
my hometown. You guys watch Animal Planet?
Yeah.
Occasionally.
I know
Okay.
where this is going.
So, have you ever watched Call of the Wild Man?
No.
I don't think so.
It's like the Kentucky Steve Irwin.
Oh, that
wouldn't-
sounds so good.
I
You
wouldn't.
never heard of Turtle Man?
Oh,
No.
dude.
No.
So Turtle Man is from my hometown.
Oh, wow.
The banjo player on that show, who unfortunately has passed, God rest his soul, taught me how to play guitar. And my dad used to hunt with Turtle Man. He goes by Turtle Man. And basically, before he had his TV show, people would call him when they had like snapping turtles in their pond, like killing all their fish. They would call Turtle Man up, and he would just come out there and catch no tools. He just gets down in no clothes but shorts, hops in the.
Y'all got to look this up, man.
I got it right here. I'm gonna play it.
Yeah.
He hops in the pond and looks for bubbles. You can't see below the water. He looks for the
These
bubbles.
are like legit snapping turtles.
Goes under the
yeah.
water and fucking pulls it up by the tail and like yells.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. That's what he does. Dude, I got it right here. I'm just gonna play this.
Hey, we're roots.
Oh, you
Yeah.
fucking advertising.
52%.
There's two
Man,
Put it
ads.
close to the
This
the
guy
mic,
was
too.
like something back home in Florida, and when I met him, he's like, "Yeah, he's my neighbor." Like,
Dude, so he told my dad one time, he's like, yeah, man, lost my job, my wife, and my teeth all on the same day. He said, I lost my teeth, so my boss fired me, and then my wife left me because I lost my job.
Oh,
But
wow.
this is this motherfucker right here.
Hold that up so this camera can see it.
Crazy, but they can't help it like
You'll bring it closer to the mic and the camera, yeah.
Is this good?
Oh, wow.
smiling for you now.
That is a giant turtle.
Snapping turtles are dangerous as fuck.
Bubbles, you can't catch them because you can't see them. I might find a bullfrog or two,
Yeah.
fish attack, plus maybe a snake. Or typhoid or... Nah, it'd be water snakes. However deep that mud is, that's how deep you got digging. And I'm standing on his back, and he's bouncing me up and down. I'm not doing
Standing on
this.
the turtle's
He's
back.
trying to get me off.
He's standing on his fucking
So
back.
I gotta find his head with my foot. That's the hard part.
That seems dangerous.
Once you find his head, you just reach down and.
Wow.
Look at this bastard.
Oh, that's the rebel Indian yell there. That's that there yell.
People
Every
eat
time
turtles,
something
too.
at your-
You never like lost a
This
finger
guy
or
definitely
nothing?
says roll tide.
Ever heard
Right?
Cooter stew?
No, he says go Cats.
So
Nah, man.
he never.
You ever heard of Cooter stew?
Dude, snap turtles are super dangerous.
Dude, they're
Yeah.
fucking. He's got like 3 fingers. missing.
Yeah, I was saying,
Yeah.
you must lose some because
Yeah.
they can take off.
So no, I know you all got to get out of here. Can we get you to play a quick song?
Yeah, man.
Let's do it. Yeah.
Absolutely. On that note.
Yeah, but real quick before you play the song, tell all the people where they can find you.
Yeah.
You can find us at highwaynatives.com.
I mean your address, but
All the socials. My address is. Nah,
What's the social? I'm gonna follow you on Instagram right now.
all the socials are at Highway Natives.
It's just Highway Natives.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yep, yep,
We
yep,
were
yep.
lucky enough to get a name that nobody else has taken for anything.
that's really rare nowadays.
Yeah.
Knock on wood.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can find us anywhere online, just at Highway Natives.
Instagram,
Highwaynatives.com.
Facebook,
Yep.
Yeah, all that
website.
stuff.
Snapchat
Website.
for
Yeah.
dick pics.
Chat, Snap. Yeah.
Chat Snap. Yeah,
Brandon
TikTok.
Moore.
Ooh, we got a new follower.
We'll do this song, Better Man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
do
it
that.
fits Turtle Man.
That's right.
So this is Better Man, the Highway Natives.
Thank you guys for having us, by the way. This has
Absolutely.
Yeah, man.
It's been awesome, man. It's a good time here. You guys got a good vibe going on, you know. Yeah, we try. We try. We try. You know, you can't take anything too serious. So, what episode are you guys on? Okay, man, you guys are getting up there.
Depends how you count it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, we got lost.
Maybe more at this point.
Yeah.
Lost or censored or deleted for various reasons.
Hell yeah. The song's called Better Man. Right, good whiskey running through my veins. And I just took a key to that mountain cocaine. To a preacher's little girl, I'm all messed up. But it's a typical night to those kin in my blood. I'll be better man come morning. I know that's right. I'll be better man come morning. Lord, if the devil don't kill me tonight. There's a piece of driftwood steady holding me up as my eyes get blurred from the lightning bug. We all take a toast and head our way. I'm still searching for a pillow where my head can lay. But I'll be better man come morning. I know that's right. And I'll be better man come morning. Lord, if the devil don't kill me tonight. I got a name around town, it's not too much.
Yeah, but too much for me is just enough. Yep.
Please clap.
Anyway.
What are we doing?
Anyways, guys, thanks everyone for coming to hang out. As always, you guys are awesome. Make sure to check out Highway Natives on all the things. And
At Highway Natives.
At Highway Natives. Whatever.
That's right.
However you want to say that. And we will see y'all again next time.
See ya.
Lonely